WEWS,
the Overnight Underground Podcast. Here's the headlines. Coronavirus, the job killer.
He's no killer. He was just dumb.
More COVID privacy concerns. New York Mayor Bill de Blasio gets a Bronx cheer. Grocery licking on the increase and a vacuum cleaner assault in Florida. These stories and more coming up on today's Overnight Underground News. I'm John Ford. The biggest death toll in America from the coronavirus? Jobs. COVID-19 has killed 17 million jobs in the U.S. According to U.S. government statistics, at least 10% of the U.S. workforce is currently unemployed, as over 6.5 million claims were filed last week, bringing the total number of jobless to just under 17 million.
Wow.
Will there be a let-up? Maybe not, because many states are still clearing out the backlog of unemployment applications. The number is likely to continue to rise. It's believed that the unemployment rate could hit 15% by early May. Still, it's not just the U.S. that is feeling the job loss pain. Canada just released their numbers, and they have lost a total of 1 million jobs in March, and the Canadian unemployment rate has risen to just shy of 8%.
That's bad.
In other economic news, oil jumped 7% following news that the Saudis and Russians are ready to kiss and make up.
You should be kissed and often, and by someone who knows how.
And have reached a deal over production. The Dow also continues its climb today, with the New York Stock Exchange up over 400 points shortly after opening. This follows the Fed's announcement that it plans for another $2.3 trillion injection into the economy, much of it allegedly focused on Main Street and small businesses.
I don't believe it.
Individual and privacy rights continue their slide into oblivion from state regulators using coronavirus to whittle away at what used to be an inalienable right. We learned today from Politico that Jared Kushner's task force, oh, that sounds scary, or the name of a Bad Journey cover band, is actively working to create a national coronavirus surveillance system of those who have been infected. This plan would increase the government and healthcare industry's use of individual patient data, creating essentially a privacy cluster during this or any other national crisis. Some critics are calling this new plan a kind of a healthcare patriot act. Citizen. New York Mayor Bill de Blasio got more than he bargained for yesterday while speaking to medical personnel outside of a hospital in the Bronx. He got a bit of the Bronx cheer from a group of hecklers.
Get us more testing for the Bronx. People are dying. More help in the hood.
I need a test, de Blasio. I need a test, brother. I see you dressing these people. What about these homeless right here? That's it.
After they were finished heckling and the mayor was finished with his speech to Air Force personnel he was thanking, de Blasio, according to the New York Post, met with the hecklers inside the hospital. Squeaky wheel, meet grease. Meanwhile, the mayor announced today that coronavirus restrictions might need to be tightened. His Honor said that it's time to double down. CNBC reports that de Blasio noted at his press conference, quote, "Unfortunately, restrictions may have to go up, meaning if things get worse, we might have to tighten up further." The mayor does, however, seem to have the political expertise of speaking out of both sides of his mouth down pretty well. De Blasio also noted that things could get better in Gotham next month.
I think it's going to be a long, tough April. I've said for a long time, get ready for a long, tough May. Now, if we continue to make progress, as we've seen at least a beginning of, May might be easier than what I originally feared it would be, and I want it to be easier for all of us.
Just don't hold your breath. Actually, if you can hold your breath, I'd recommend it. 3 days in the hospital, and British Prime Minister Boris Johnson is still refusing to get on the cart.
Bring out your dead!
According to the Beeb, Johnson's health continues to improve as he continues to battle the plague. Many Britons are looking forward to Johnson emerging from the hospital on Easter, brandishing the holy hand grenade of Antioch. Great. Here's another new type of loony we have to worry about, the grocery store liquor.
Well, this piece is called Lick My Love Pump.
The Reno Gazette-Journal reports that a woman has been arrested in Tahoe for allegedly licking $1,800 worth of groceries and other merchandise in a Safeway store. I wonder if she got Monopoly game tickets. You may remember there was a similar incident in Pennsylvania last month when a woman, in what was a prank, essentially gone wrong, coughed on $35,000 worth of merchandise at Garrity's Supermarket in Hanover Township.
That shit on your lip got some shit on his lip, dog.
Ocean City, Maryland's ban on topless sunbathing for women passes constitutional muster. A federal judge on Tuesday ruled that the prudish city on the shore does indeed have the cojones to ban women from going topless in public. The judge ruled that the Supreme Court has historically supported the physical differences between men and women, and that provides a constitutionally sound basis for laws that treat men and women differently. Oh, just wait until the intersectionalists and trans activists get a hold of this one. The judge won't have enough pronouns in his dictionary to see the blight of day.
It's a man, baby!
Can't get your drink on? That's cause for a vacuuming. A 32-year-old Florida woman has been jailed on charges of battery and grand theft for allegedly assaulting her boyfriend with a vacuum.
God, it sucks.
TC Palm reports the Fort Pierce woman reportedly hit her beau with a piece of a vacuum because he wouldn't let her keep drinking. Sucks for him. You will never guess who tops the Billboard chart with this artist's first #1 hit on the chart. If you pick Bob Dylan, step right up and pick up your slightly used harmonica. Vulture notes that Dylan's new 17-minute song, Murder Most Foul, hit #1 and gave Dylan his first at the tender age of 78. The song topped the digital song sales chart after selling 10,000 downloads in its first week of release. So, does this feat finally give Dylan that much sought-after title of one-hit wonder? I'll tell you one thing, it proves that all this chart crap in the music business has finally been revealed as the total pile of shit anyone with half a brain knew it was in the first place.
N-E-W-S.
A mostly correct and occasionally incomplete transcript and links to reference sources and articles of this Overnight Underground can be found at overnightunderground.com.